Hello, it's Oren Prunken, and today I want to talk about how you can make more money than all your competitors. So I got an SMS last night. Today is Tuesday, and last night on a Monday night I got an SMS, and I'm not going to tell you what that SMS was until I tell you a story. So many years ago, almost 10 years ago now, I used to be a professional DJ. I used to DJ Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, and even Sunday afternoons for many years and for many weeks as well. And that was my full-time job, and I made a great living out of that. In addition to DJing, this was actually DJing nightclubs as opposed to private events such as birthdays and weddings. And I also promoted nightclubs as well, in addition to DJing. And there was a nightclub that I was promoting, and I remember going in, and there were, when I took over the venue, there was 3 patrons there on the Saturday night, and I remember it very vividly. And one of those patrons I am still friends with, and over the next several months, it took about 6 months, I was able to grow that venue to capacity, which is about 250 patrons, including a lineup. So it was at capacity, fire code was at its maximum, and people had to line up to get in. Now, it's a pretty good outcome for that venue. They made a lot of money on drinks in that time. And how we got there, there was a lot of different things we did, but the number one thing is, if you want people to come to your party, you need to invite them to come along. You can't just throw a party and not let anyone know about it and then start crying when no one turns up. You've actually got to go and invite them. And the thing is, people go out to clubs and bars for a very specific reason. They are celebrating something that is going on in their life. And the way they celebrate that, particularly in Western culture in Australia, is celebrating with alcoholic drinks. So what the incentive was, ask them or these patrons that were coming in for the very first time, ask them if they wanted to get a drink special for coming in exchange for their telephone number, plus on their birthday. Again, a celebration that a lot of people do with alcohol, particularly when they go out to bars and clubs, is to celebrate with their friends on their birthday. So on their birthday, the incentive was give them a round of drinks for them and their mates for free to come in and celebrate. And now this did 2 things. It incentivized people to come in to the venue at certain hours, and if you could get a lot of people in a short amount of time in a certain amount of hours, the venue looked busy. And the busier it looks, the less likely people want to leave, and it is a snowballing effect. There are people there to see that people are there, and therefore more people come along. So what we would do is we'd take their phone number, and then a few days before the club night started, we would just SMS them saying, hey, we've got a party coming up this weekend. Would you like to come? If you show this SMS at the door, we will give you discount drinks. And if it's your birthday, and we had a birthday list, we would call them up and invite them along and say that we'd buy them and their friends a round of drinks to start their night off in style. And that's how we built it, amongst many, many other things. Now, what I never see within hospitality is this same thing going down. It baffles me that you've got hospitality venues, and I'm not just talking about drinking venues such as bars and clubs, I'm talking about food venues. Everyone needs to eat food, and a lot of people go out and eat food outside of their houses, either takeaway or dine in, because it's convenient. It's a whole industry built on this, and people need to eat, and eating a meal is not just a once-off thing. They have to do it over and over again, right? What baffles me is no hospitality venues use this same follow-up. It is so basic. It is one of the most basic sales tools in your toolbox, and no one does it. The thing is, a lot of people don't buy the first time, and even if they do buy the first time and they like the product, they will go and buy another time. The thing is, people's lives are very, very busy, and they don't have a ton of time to think through all of their options when things pop up in their life, like eating a meal. They will just go to what is most convenient on the way. So if you want people to come to your party, to your restaurant, or to your takeaway venue, you've got to invite them. So the SMS I got last night was from a pizza place, and this, I almost shrieked as I got it because it was awesome. They sent me an SMS on a Monday night. Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, I suspect even Thursday nights are their slow nights for trade, because it's early in the week, people have fridges full of food. Yet for them, they said, we don't have many customers tonight. Let's go back to our customer list and let them know we have a pizza special on. It is awesome. I actually wrote back to the SMS congratulating them on how well they're doing compared to all their competitors, and that I actually advise people to do this, and I will be going back and shopping with them for pizza again. Now, the interesting thing here is when I found this restaurant, actually before I go on, I want to just reverse back into what the SMS said. It was basically come in for a 15% discount on your pizza, and I'm going to get to that point in a minute because it's a really good promo. Anyway, when I originally found this pizza place, I looked it up on Google, and it came up with a Google map with all of the pizza places on there, and it had pretty good reviews. So I based my very first purchasing decision here on the reviews. Anyway, when I called it up, it was a different name, takeaway pizza place, than what it was when I turned up. So it was actually Kilkenny Pizza Bar from memory as the Google listing. Anyway, it went through to a different phone number and a different pizza place. And I was a little bit confused. I said, oh, is this Kilkenny Pizza Place? And they said, oh, no, it's Sylvester's. And we had a bit of conversation around that. And then I ordered the pizza, went in, picked it up, had a bit more of a conversation because it wasn't quite ready when I wanted to pick it up, and they had explained that they had come over from Melbourne to Adelaide to set up equivalent of a franchise. And they gave me a bit of a backstory because they were doing so well, and the old place, the Kilkenny Pizza Bar, was not doing so well, and they wanted to come and revive it. And I thought this was pretty good. And now in retrospect, they're doing a phenomenal job of that, and the pizza was freaking good as well. So if you ever go to Sylvester's on Torrance Road, they are good pizzas. So anyway, fast forward, they have got this promotion that they were doing. Now, the pizza, I don't know the margins on pizza, but I can imagine the margins on making a pizza are really, really slim. Now, people come into a pizza place for the pizza. So what they are actually doing is reducing their margin on the pizza by 15%. They're probably running it at cost, and that is a really good idea. Now, a lot of people are like, why would you run it at cost? Where are all your profits? The thing is, people are coming in for pizza. Give them the pizza, what they want, for a really cheap price as the hook to come in and purchase from you first time. What you want to be doing is then upselling them on higher margin products that don't cost you a lot of money to make, and therefore the margin is so much bigger. For example, drinks. You know, you look at a can of cola, for example. I don't know how much a can of cola goes for, but it's $4 or $5. You can purchase that at wholesale for probably 50 cents. So it's, 10x margin on it. And do you know what cans of soft drink are made of? They're made of water. They are made of sugar. They are made of a little bit of flavoring, and then a shitload of profit. That is where they should be upselling and making all their profit. They should be bringing tons of people in by discounting their pizza almost to cost as the incentive to get people in the door, and then upselling them to drinks. Now, this owner did try to upsell me from, I think it was a large that we got, to a family. I declined it because it was going to be too much food, but he was all over the upsell. This guy knew what was going on. So I just wanted to give you this example of how I went about growing hospitality venues through the follow-up, and how I've seen this happen again in hospitality, which is phenomenal because no one does it. And I was so surprised to see someone doing it, and I thought, you know what, these guys are going to absolutely obliterate their competition in takeaway fast food, in particular pizza within the inner north of Adelaide. So the lesson here is you need to follow up with your customers. This pizza joint, right? I called up originally on my mobile phone to place the order. They have already got my contact details through that mechanism, and then they just send an SMS out to a mobile phone. It is the easiest thing to do, and everyone that calls up to make a reservation at a restaurant or a takeaway order has a mobile phone that they are calling on to do that. It is so easy to collect these details and then follow up by SMS. SMS, if you go through a bulk provider, which I've done previously, you can get them as low as 2 cents an SMS. It is nothing to be able to do that. So the lesson, as I said, I'll just repeat it, is you need to collect phone numbers or email addresses or postal addresses. You can then plug phone numbers into things like WhatsApp and Viber if you want to communicate those ways. You can also collect by Messenger, Facebook, but phone number, post, email, Messenger, you can plug into a whole bunch of other platforms to follow up with people. And then when you follow up, you need to follow up consistently with people and remind them. If you want people to come to your party, you need to invite them to come along, and also provide them an incentive for that communication with them. And again, that incentive should be getting people in the door at a low margin product, so you can then upsell them and make money once you've got a ton of people in the door. So I hope this is insightful of how you can go about making more money than your competitors. It just doesn't apply to hospitality. You can apply this to any industry, and I've done it multiple times for myself, products I've launched and products I've helped other people launch. Do not think this is only a hospitality tool to use. It can be applied for anywhere. So I want you to go try it out in whatever you're doing, and I want you to hit me back with how you went and the results that you got, because I love to hear from it. And until we talk next time, I will see you later. Goodbye.